Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Nono Ninja run for Fallout 4. This is episode 4. And last time we went through the library, ended up with a bunch of pretty good loot in terms of junk. Most importantly, got some cork. And in between videos, I went ahead and scrapped a bunch of things to make it more lightweight, to be able to carry it around. I crafted some food and some Nuka-Cola stuff, and then I did do 7 hours of sleep in a good bed to get the well-rested bonus. So now it's getting on to evening time, which is perfect for me. It does mean that my fresh new nocturnal aluminum rolling pin, even though it says 30, it's apparently not flagging as evening, because it's still saying only 37. Oh, but my machete is only doing 35 because I've lost my adrenaline bonus by sleeping. So yeah, that's a huge hit. But yeah, it's doing a little bit better than the machete. So we'll go ahead and give that one a hotkey, and let's just go take a look at the actual stats on that guy. So it's already sharp. I could make it spiked, which would make it armor piercing instead of bleed damage. Honestly, bleed damage is probably better, and it's the same overall damage. And it would cost me materials, so not really all that useful. And then wood, of course, is not as good. Everyone should have a good aluminum rolling pin for all of your aluminum rolling needs. Now, I did, as I said, scrap a bunch of stuff, so I got enough cork and rubber, fiberglass, and adhesive. So I'm going to just quickly zip over back to that armor workbench, assuming it's safe around here, and make a couple more items lightweight before we continue on our grand adventure in the greater Commonwealth area. The plan today, okay, we don't have any new traps or anything there yet. The plan today is I actually want a closer armor workbench. Having to walk, it's not really all this way, but it is longer than if you have a workbench right in your settlement, or if you have one close by. And there is one close by to Hangman's Alley, but it's in a place that is currently occupied by a bunch of raiders. So we're going to have to evict them, blow up their turrets, and take some ownership there as well. I don't have quite enough cork to do all of my leather stuff as lightweight, but all but one, and that one's pocketed. Pocketed gives me more carrying capacity, which isn't all that useful on a strength build like this, but it's better than nothing, I guess. I'm hearing a bunch of turret gunfire over here, and I don't really think I want to be a part of that at all. I'm going to sprint in the opposite direction. So, we're going to take a little back alley way to the next location I want to hit, which is, as I mentioned, it's got a armor workbench. It's a place called Back Alley Apparel, and to do this one, I probably should have done this when I still had high adrenaline, because that is going to affect even my Molotov cocktails and all of that. But rather than going this way and kind of approaching on kind of a main street, I'm going to take like I said, a little back alley sort of approach, which will allow me to at least get rid of one of their turrets, which is right there. I can sneak up on that turret pretty easily, especially in full shadowed gear at night in the shadows. But there's a raider right there, and I want to wait for that raider to be near the turret and get two for the price of one if I can. And of course, that raider is going to walk the wrong way, so we will wait, because turrets can rip me apart pretty quick, especially in the light leather armor that I've got currently. If I had some combat armor or something of that nature, it might be better. But yeah, we'll just sit here with our little rolling pin with razor blades attached to it until that raider decides to walk. Oh, he went where? She went way over there. Okay, now we're coming back. Hopefully she doesn't stop and lean up against the... yep, she's going to stop and lean up against the thing. There we go. Okay, perfect, perfect. And that'll work. Oh, no, she moved away. She moved away. Darn. Yeah, just... There we go. Thanks for moving closer to the turret. That's perfect. You might have heard there's another raider kind of around the corner. Is that turret going to die? No, it's going to take 4 Molotovs to kill it. Huh? There we go. The raider has a pool cue. You can see it sticking out from the corner there. She's going to rush at me here in a second. And we should be able to take care of her pretty easily in advance. Or maybe she's just going to stay around the corner. And I won't even have to worry about her rushing me. Perfect. Bap her on the head with my razor blade rolling pin. And nothing in the trash can worth taking, nothing on her worth taking. There is another turret right up here. If you have a gun, it's really easy to just aim up and shoot it. I can't reach it with melee, except that's with the Blitz perk decides, you know what, sure, you can hit that. I'm not sure why, but I will take it. And because I'm around the corner, it doesn't even have a chance to fire back. So that is everybody outside of Backstreet Apparel. 2 biometric scanners. Beautiful. Those contain fiber optics, which I will need to make my decontamination arch to get rid of my rads. Now, one other thing I did do right before going to take my nap, my 7-hour nap that I took, I did go ahead and eat 2 or maybe 3 pieces of mutant hound chops. That healed a lot of that radiation, and it filled me up, which you always want to do before you sleep. If you're full and not thirsty, you have a smaller chance to get a disease of any kind. Now you saw I grabbed that missile launcher trap there, and then just dropped it. Again, missile launchers to me count as guns, so I will not be using those. As useful as they would be, it would be very useful. But nope, not going to use that. I do like to disarm it and drop it there. I have found if you do not disarm this trap, raiders will respawn and turrets will respawn outside of the location here. I'm not sure why, but I've found that if you disarm that, they're much less likely to do so. So we will enter Backstreet Apparel and see what we can do in here. The first thing I'm going to do when I get in here is switch to frag grenades. Now these 2 raiders have a nice, interesting conversation. She tells a little story about being a horrible person, and he keeps interrupting her. It's pretty funny. I'll let them talk while I sneak up.
Probably around 18 or so. Anyway, after hanging out with him for a while, it started to get dark, so I built a fire. I kid you not. As soon as I lit the first match, the kid screams, "What are you doing?" and knocks the match out of my hand.
He knocked the match out of your hand? Why'd he do that?
I'm telling a story. So, yeah, he knocks the match out of my hand. I was so surprised that I swung and broke his nose. He said he was sorry, and get this, he said he was afraid of fire.
Oh, man. He was afraid of fire?
I just told you he was afraid of fire.
She just can't take interruptions. There's a turret right over there.
I thought of something.
So I'm going to get close enough to be
It's nothing to be ashamed.
blitz, and then I'm going to throw a grenade, and then blitz them.
So fast, he passed out within an hour.
Oh, don't shoot me, don't shoot me. Jeez. Oh. Yeah, losing that adrenaline means I gotta take a bunch more swings to be able to kill her. But that's okay. We got it done before she got a shot off. Turret died from the grenade.
Yeah,
Gotta cut down on the jet, I guess.
gotta cut down on the jet, I guess. I don't start talking crazy.
I like how the Raider scum does a little Beavis laugh there. It's kind of funny. Now, will there be a hostage in here? No. It seems like about half the time I come here, even without getting the quest from the settler at Oberlin Station, help, you gotta find my sister, she's been kidnapped. She's just in there already, and she's like, let me out, and I say no, because I'm going to kill all the raiders first, and then I'll come get you, so you don't run straight into their guns.
This isn't anything like training. Shooting at plywood. How's that supposed to
Okay,
get me ready
so
for
he's using the workbench. It'll take him a second to recover, and she's leaning up against the wall. Nope. We want to hit her first. Perfect. And nice. Okay, and I'll level up. Perfect. Level 10. Can't take another level of ninja. And I mentioned the mods that I have installed. I do have a couple of other mods installed that I did not mention that are bug fixes and that sort of thing. And one of them just updated recently, and it made it so Mr. Sandman's silenced weapons do an additional 15% sneak attack damage. It made it so those no longer work, that perk no longer works on melee weapons or hand-to-hand weapons, which I don't really like, but I'm okay with. I prefer to have a mod installed that actually makes my character weaker rather than I don't want to have anything that makes anything stronger. And the amount of bugs that it fixes are so huge that it's totally worth it. So I kind of think Big Leagues has to be it. There's not anything else. Level 11 will get our next level of Idiot Savant, and level 12 will be Sneak. So yeah, we'll use this opportunity to take a level in melee. Go big, stronger. And nothing real good on either of these. Just some leather, and I'll take a stim pack. I doubt I need any more stim packs at this point, but and grab the Molotov. Check these quick. That's one thing you'll probably see in my run more than maybe what some others will do is I'll be checking just about every single container just on the off chance that it'll have some ballistic fiber or something else that I need, but ballistic fiber is the huge one. Always grab that baseball. I think there's only one cork in a baseball, so I need 3 more baseballs or 1 more baseball and like a globe or something of that nature. Grab the teddy bear for the leather, not that I need it, and up the stairs. There's going to be 2 together, and it's always kind of interesting. Sometimes they have shotguns, sometimes they have pistols, that sort of thing. I have seen it where both of them are melee users. There we go. First guy, second guy. The Psycho is stronger than the Scum, so we'll take him out first. Oh, and this guy has the melee weapon, so that was a good choice. Another lightweight, I'll use that to strip the lightweight raider off in case I get a legendary raider leg or something, and then I can just pop that on there. The only other guy in here should be asleep, so he popped up really fast. But we're just gonna do a cool whack him upside the head sort of animation, and he's done. He's got a tire iron. It's not going to be any better than what I've got, especially at nighttime. So I am going to grab that baby bottle for some rubber. Probably should leave it, but I won't. Duct tape, and the big draw for this, aside from the armor bench, Grognak the Barbarian. That is my 3rd one, so now my critical hits with my melee attacks will do 15% more damage, which is pretty big, and there's a few other Grognaks that I'll be able to collect very easily, just as I'm doing other stuff. So that's going to work out well. Unlock this toolbox, and at this point is where I would, I'll go up on the roof, and there's a chest up here. But once I check that, if there was the kidnapped settler down there, I'd go back in. I'd probably jump down and go back in the front door and release her, and then hope she doesn't just follow me around, because she just gets killed so easily, and usually she'll only follow me for a short while, and then she'll go off on her own back to where she belongs. I haven't checked the, there's a couple of things here in this truck, so I'll go check those really quick. A souvenir magnet cat is really not worth my time. A little bit of duct tape, that's always good. Adhesive is always useful. And now we can just kind of keep moving along, but now I've got access to an armor workbench that is a block and a half away. It's closer and easier to get to than the one over by Diamond City. And so even if I need more of this material or that material, I can just run back over and grab it. So that's where I was when I said I wasn't going to take this alleyway. In that little church there's two ghouls. I will be going in there to dispatch them and see if I can get anything good off of them. But first we'll check the Nuka-Cola machine, grab some oil, a cigar box, more duct tape, an adjustable range grab. Yeah, that's about all we're going to get there. Now, down that way there's some dogs, and up there, right around the corner, in that there's a really tough, for a melee user, tough to sneak up on a group of raiders. You have to go up the whole set of stairs, across the building, and then back down for a melee user, so it's kind of a pain, but I do like to take care of them just so they don't sense me as I'm running past in the later game. Well, that was useless. But cork in the crystal liquor decanter. Very, very good to grab that. Now I only need one more cork. Oh, and another biometric scanner on the destroyed robot, and some economy wonder glue. Very nice. That was a pretty good little jaunt into here. Now it's time, I think, I'll take care of those dogs. There's 3 or 4 of them, I can't remember. Usually they're just plain old regular dogs. Sometimes there can be a legendary, sometimes one can be an alpha, but most of the time I've seen them just be regular dogs. And to take care of them, I switch back over to Molotovs. Molotovs do pretty good work against most animals. Okay. Legendary Vicious Mongrel. That's a bit scary because the Molotov will not do much to him. So I am going to drop a bottle cap mine when he settles down a little bit. Because he will... Okay, there you go. That's a good boy. Go walk the other direction. He will probably be able to shrug off a few Molotov hits. If he gets too close, I will have to probably pop some Psychojet and some healing items, because he will chomp down on me pretty good. Alright, he's nice and close. I can hit him with a Molotov if I can get this right. Oh, dead on. Perfect. And then there's going to be another one. He's not... Okay, hit him. There we go. I had to set off my own mine because he didn't go close enough to it because I put it in the wrong place. But that's okay. You are not quite dead. But now you are. Alright. Legendary Let's be something good, please. That's garbage. Even if I were a gun user, the stalkers, if you're not yet in combat, it increases VATS accuracy. It's not even that good. And on a laser musket, which is not one of my favorite guns, boy, just a garbage piece of legendary equipment. But that's alright. We got rid of him, we got the experience, and we will move on. Now I like to approach these raiders from this direction because, again, I'm in shadows. There's one that patrols. Yeah, there she is. Yep. We're just gonna stand here and crouch here in the shadows until she goes back down and quite a ways over there. And now we can kind of go up to the door. Now this moonlight will reveal me a little bit, but she should hopefully be... I'll kind of have to try and time it right so that she's coming back. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Okay, she has nothing good. Okay, the two raiders, there's one on that level, there's one on that level. You can see that one. Oh, they're both awake. I was really hoping one would be asleep. Now I could try and throw grenades at them and that sort of thing, but then they will shoot back because the grenades, because they're coming from down to up, they will not do their full damage to them. So instead, I am going to try to very quietly and slowly sneak up these steps and hope they don't notice. They're not the most perceptive. As you can see, I'm literally right here. All he has to do is turn his head and he should be able to see me. But he won't. Even if he turns his head, he will not see me. Once he turns around and goes back in, I'll try and go up these steps. Anytime now. Must be a really nice night. He's just kind of chilling. Are you getting tired? Sleepy, perhaps? Come on. See, even if I just move a little bit, my brackets wibble. In all my time playing, I've never seen this guy just stand there, and stand there, and stand there. I'm really tempted to just use a Molotov on him, because it would kill him in one hit, but then that guy will be aware, and he will start shooting at me. And I don't want that. Wow. Okay, we're just gonna see if we can back it up. Okay. Alright, I guess I waited all that time for no reason. And that guy is kind of on the other side, and he's doing the same thing where he's just kind of standing one place. Okay, now that I'm up here, I'm not in shadows anymore. Moonlight, I think I still get some shadowed gear type bonus because it's supposed to be dark, even though Fallout 4 in general is just not very dark. But I'm gonna get close enough. I'm already close enough that I can blitz this guy. Even though I didn't teleport over to hit him, he's still dead, and his buddy, who now has finally left, his buddy's completely unaware. Nothing good there. So we'll sneak down here. Oh, perfect. Goodbye. Alright, so I got one of the Molotovs back that I used on those dogs. More antibiotics. I'm up to 10 now. That's beautiful. I now can go ahead and use antibiotics on any disease I get, even if it's just an annoying one instead of a crippling one. I still might not. Well, with 10 I probably will, even on insomnia. If I get down to, say, 5 or so, I probably won't use it on insomnia, since it doesn't really affect me all that much because I'm always going to sleep for 7 hours or more. Now we're going to come up to possibly the scariest part. For sure, the scariest part so far, I would say, of this episode, possibly for... Oh, I did not mean to use that. Shh. Okay, we gotta go fast, we gotta go fast. I didn't mean to use that, I meant to set a hotkey for it. Oh, this super mutant has a missile launcher, and I really don't want to have to use 2 stealth boys, but if it... Oh, okay, thank you for turning around. Oh, but you're moving away. Okay, go. Oh, he pulled out that missile launcher quick, didn't he? Boy, that would have been the end of the run. I always use a stealth boy there, and let's now hotkey that instead of using it. Okay, and we'll eat a steak and drink some water since I got thirsty and hungry at the same time there. Oh, okay. That could have been, like I said, that could have been the end of the run right there. If he gets a shot off with that missile launcher, I'm basically obliterated, and we're done. So, that was scary, but I really need to clear this whole waterfront area out as much as possible. Just because I'm going to be doing a lot of running back and forth on it. Now we're going to go into the Marlborough house, not to get cigarettes. It's not even the same spelling of Marlborough, but it's close. But in here is always a guaranteed set of dirty army fatigues and a dirty army helmet. And as much as Nono the Ninja would prefer to wear clean army stuff, we'll take what we can get. So, this isn't even the guaranteed set, but I'll go ahead and grab it. And we'll put that on. Now, Strength 1, Agility 1, no damage resist, whereas the military fatigues do give me 5 damage resistance against energy weapons. But I like the extra 1 point of strength so much that I'm willing to forego that extra armor. And there's the helmet, and this is the set that I usually grab, but 6 of one, half a dozen the other. Now I can just go ahead and drop that hard hat. There. Now this is what the character is going to look like for most of the rest of the run. Obviously the armor pieces will swap out. It might not be leather, it might be combat armor, that sort of thing. Once I get Ballistic Weave, we'll be ditching the army helmet, but that's not going to be until at least level 25, so we've got a ways to go on that. Now from here, I'm still not level 12 yet. I don't have the Sneak 3, which lets me avoid landmines, and there's the landmine right there, so we will not be going anywhere near that, but there is a raider up at the top of these steps, and that guy is kind of annoying because he never really necessarily sees me, but you can see he's somewhat aware of motion, and that makes it annoying. Whoa, I didn't mean to jump, but that's alright. And once again, we'll do the remote strike because blitz and bats and all of that is a little weird. Psycho Carrot, the name of my first college band. And now we'll just drop down rather than going around and around and around on the staircase. And so we're doing well. I'm going to avoid that area, and instead we'll come down here. Now we're pretty safe around this area. I am going to go ahead and tag the Charles View Amphitheater over here. These people currently are totally friendly. They would like me to join their cult, but if I don't talk to any of them, they won't bother me about it. Now, I should mention I do have 2 pieces of creative club, or creative content, whatever they call that, installed. It's kind of a pain to get rid of it. You have to go and actually delete files. You can't just toggle it on and off like mods. And these don't actually give me any bonus because I won't be using the items that you get from them. Well, this cache of vault jumpsuits doesn't do you any good anyways. It's just vault jumpsuits. This method to the madness, it does get you a really pretty good for my level legendary sword with the furious effect, so it does more damage the more times I swing it, and a really good helmet that is +2 strength if you work on it at an armor bench. I won't be using either of those things. Eventually I will probably go kind of to where this stuff is just to get that quest off of my marker, and it's a spot where I was going to go anyways and kill the things that are there. So, but I am going to go ahead and set this one as my active quest because I do want to go into this building, not for the cache of vault jumpsuits because I could really care less about those. Actually, I couldn't care less about those, is how I should have said that. But there's a bunch of ghouls and a bunch of decent junk, especially some cork, which I always want cork in here. The ghouls are easy to take care of as a melee build, and as I've said before, ghouls are a great potential source of military grade duct tape. So we will just kill that guy, go in here. Kind of be breezing through this relatively. Look at that. It's not even on a ghoul. Beautiful. But like I said, I'll kind of be breezing through here, just grabbing the stuff I need, killing the ghouls as they pop out. Fully aware of where each one is going to pop out, so shouldn't be any surprises. And it's just going to kind of be a zip through sort of deal. There's going to be some Abraxo cleaner in here. That sort of thing. Always useful. I'll take lunchbox. Give me a souvenir magnet frog. Boy, I could have a collection. There was a cat. Souvenir magnet cat before, and there was a frog. If they were worth anything, that would be nice, but they're not really. More glue, another crystal liquor decanter. I'm getting all kinds of cork. Next time I'm near an armor bench, I will be able to get to where I have a full suit of lightweight shadowed gear, which is going to be beautiful. 2 ghouls in here, but they're sleeping, so one goes down before they're even aware that I'm in here, and the other one didn't even have time to get up. Nothing good in there. Just kind of. Okay, aluminum can, sure. If I was a gun user, I would totally have been grabbing that desk fan for the screws and gears and all that. But I don't have a whole lot of use for those things with melee weapons. You just can't upgrade melee weapons that much or that early. And when you do, it's so few screws and such that they need that it's really pretty basic and pretty easy to upgrade them when the time comes. Some of the later melee weapons are not as easy to upgrade. They do require some kind of more special scrap and junk and that sort of thing, but for the most part it's steel, a couple of screws, kind of that sort of thing. Now there's one more ghoul up here. It's going to be kind of right around the corner. It's the biggest ghoul in this dungeon. He's usually a stalker, yep. But he still goes down pretty easy for sneak attack critical. Can't pick that safe, but I can grab that globe, and alright. Now there's just one room over here to check for anything useful. And usually, again, there's a globe. Atomic roller ball. That's about as useless as the souvenir magnetic cat. there's anything in this little restroom. Nope. We're going to take this elevator down. There's 2 ghouls in the basement, and that's where that cache of vault jumpsuits is that we will be completely ignoring, but it'll get that quest marker off of our list. And, oh, legendary, very nice. And Safecracker's medal. You know, no. I mean, a medal is better than what I've got, but I'd have to make it... Oh, do I... Is my right arm the one piece that I don't have as lightweight? It is. Okay. I will take that because it's going to be pretty easy to make it shadowed. It's the lightweight that's tougher, and since I don't have my leather one lightweight yet, I'll go ahead and take the metal, just because once I get the metal one shadowed, it'll be much better physical resistance, and yeah, so that'll play nicer. Oh, I want that fuse. So here's the jumpsuits and utility jumpsuits. Again, they're nothing special. They're just like the jumpsuits that you get from Vault 111. They just don't have 111 on them. Still, not going to grab them. Sometimes I'll grab a few just to put on the people that I have in my settlement, simply because that makes it easier to tell them apart from if there happens to be raiders or super mutants or something coming in to cause trouble. But at this point, I don't feel like carrying them around because I'm not going to be back there for at least a little while, I don't think. So,
I'm in.
great. Remote door unlock. It's a tough locked door, so I couldn't have come in from the back because I wouldn't have been able to pick it, but it's a novice computer terminal, so I can hack that pretty easy. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is actually going to wait until the next episode. I'm going to draw this one to a close here. But yeah, it's going to be getting rid of... There's a raider over there. There's a raider on the other side of that fence. There's a dog and another raider. There's 2 raiders up there, and there's a bunch of raiders inside that I have to take care of. So that's going to be a fun little adventure. But we will do that in the next episode. So, thank you very much for watching this episode, and I hope to see you on the next one.